Most people don't become wise, they become wounded. They don't learn, they repeat. They don't grow. They cling to the same habits, the same people, and the same lies that keep them blind. But there comes a moment in your life when the world stops being soft with you. A moment when betrayal stops feeling surprising, when disrespect stops feeling shocking, when loneliness stops feeling like a punishment and starts feeling like preparation. That moment is when you begin to wake up. See, true intelligence isn't built from books, degrees, or motivational speeches. It comes from pain, from humiliation, from watching people you trusted reveal their real faces, from realizing that the world doesn't reward the kind, the honest, or the loyal. It rewards the ones who see clearly. Stoic philosophy didn't teach people how to be calm. It taught them how to be dangerous. Not violent, not cruel, but impossible to manipulate, impossible to break, and impossible to control. These aren't gentle lessons. They are lessons born from survival, disappointment, and reality. The kind of truths society tries to hide, because they make you hard to deceive. So what you're about to hear isn't motivation. It's a mental weapon, a psychological shield, a set of ruthless truths that once you understand them, will make you smarter, harder to fool, and shockingly difficult for the world to play with. By the way, before we begin, let me talk to you about my Patreon community. Most people suffer in silence because they've got no one around them who truly understands what they're going through. That's exactly why I created the Inner Circle, a private space where you can speak openly, share your personal struggles, and get real one-on-one insight from me. Not the shallow, recycled advice you see online, but deep Stoic guidance tailored to what you're actually facing. You can even request personalized video topics, and I'll break them down directly for our members. It's not for everyone. It's for people who are done with fake motivation and ready for real growth. If that's you, the link's in the description and the first pinned comment. 1. Let people think you don't know. Most people waste their intelligence trying to prove it. They correct everyone. They show off what they know. They argue, debate, and exhaust themselves trying to look smart in rooms full of people who don't even respect them. But here's the first ruthless lesson that makes you dangerously intelligent. Let people think you don't know, not because you're weak, because you're strategic. The moment someone believes you're uninformed, they stop guarding themselves, they speak freely. They reveal their intentions, they expose their ego, their insecurities, their motives, their alliances, their weaknesses, all because they think you're not sharp enough to catch it. People tell the most truth around the person they underestimate. This is why the quiet man sees everything. The humble woman hears everything. The one who doesn't rush to speak becomes the one who holds the real power. Not through noise, but through awareness. When someone believes you're clueless, they do two things. First, they stop performing. Humans put on an act in front of people they want to impress, but they remove the mask when they believe they're superior to you. And in that moment, you finally see their real face. Second, they underestimate your ability to respond. And this gives you the strongest strategic advantage in any situation: time, clarity, and leverage. Think of Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, ruler of millions. He didn't walk around telling people how wise he was. He listened, he watched. His silence was not ignorance, it was surveillance. Think of modern life. In a workplace, the smartest one in the room isn't the loud one telling everyone what to do. It's the one quietly observing the motives, the alliances, the shifting energy, the unspoken power structure. In relationships, The one who seems slow, calm, and unbothered learns far more about who their partner really is than the one constantly reacting. In conflict, the person who doesn't know what's going on often knows exactly what's going on. They just refuse to expose their awareness until the moment benefits them. Here's the truth. Nobody tells you. When you reveal what you know, you give up control. When you hide what you know, you gain it. You don't win by outshouting people. You win by outseeing them. Letting people think you don't know is not stupidity. It is Stoic intelligence at its highest form. It protects you from manipulation, shields you from unnecessary drama, and pushes others to reveal themselves without realizing they're doing it. The dangerous person is not the one who shows their mind. The dangerous person is the one who hides it, patiently, silently, strategically, until the moment it needs to be used with precision. So remember this: when you stop trying to look smart, you become impossible to fool. And when you let people underestimate you, they hand you all the information you need to win without ever raising your voice. 2. Trust actions, not words. If you want to become dangerously smart, learn this early and tattoo it on your mind. Trust actions, not words. Words are cheap. Words are easy. Words require no discipline, no sacrifice, no honesty, no consistency. A person can promise you the world with their mouth while giving you absolutely nothing with their behavior. And the tragic part is this: most people believe the words because they want the words to be true. That's how people get manipulated. That's how people get betrayed. That's how people lose years of their life investing in people who never deserved 5 minutes. Actions, on the other hand, expose the soul. They reveal a person's priorities, their character, their honesty, their loyalty, and their true intentions, without them even realizing it. A liar can rehearse words, but they can't rehearse actions over time. Consistency eventually exposes everyone. This is why the Stoics said, "What a man does, that he is, not what he says, not what he claims, not what he promises, what he does." Think about your own life. Think of the people who disappointed you. Did they actually surprise you, or did their actions contradict their words long before the betrayal happened? People tell you who they are in small ways. The friend who says, "I'm always here," but disappears the moment you need something. The partner who says, "Trust me," but keeps giving you reasons not to. The colleague who says, "We're a team," but competes with you behind your back. The family member who says, "I care," but only shows up when they want something. Words are illusions. Actions are evidence. A person's words are who they want to be. A person's actions are who they truly are. Here's a harsh truth people don't like to admit. Most disappointment comes from believing someone's words while ignoring their actions. A wise person doesn't listen to promises, they watch patterns. They don't trust what someone tells them, they trust what someone repeatedly shows them. People reveal their loyalty through actions. They reveal their respect through actions. They reveal their discipline, their intentions, their values through actions. If someone really cares, they show effort. If someone respects you, they maintain consistency. If someone wants you in their life, they make space for you without excuses. If someone is trustworthy, you'll never have to look for proof. It will be obvious. This lesson makes you dangerously smart because it strips the emotional manipulation from your life. Nobody can mislead you with empty speeches. Nobody can distract you with sweet lies. Nobody can promise their way into your heart, your time, or your trust. You stop living in fantasy. You stop hoping people will change. You stop giving free chances to people who keep showing you who they are. You learn to say, "I don't care what they told me. I care what they did." And the moment you adopt this mindset, you become unstoppable, because you're now operating from reality, not emotion. A person's actions are the plainest truth you will ever receive. Believe them the first time. 3. Never explain yourself twice. One of the most powerful and most misunderstood forms of strength is this: never explain yourself twice, not to anyone. Weak people talk, strong people act, and wise people know that their time, energy, and clarity are too valuable to waste on repeated explanations to people who already made up their minds. You tell someone something once, clearly, calmly, directly. If they pretend not to understand, if they twist your words, if they forget, or if they act confused the second time, they're not confused, they're disrespecting you. There are only 3 types of people who force you to repeat yourself. 1. People who aren't listening because they never cared in the first place. 2. People who understand perfectly but pretend not to because your boundaries inconvenience them. 3. People who want control, and forcing you to repeat yourself is their way of lowering your confidence and raising their power. Either way, the Stoic response is the same. Explain once, then act. Because here's the truth: they don't tell you. Re-explaining is self-betrayal. It teaches people that your words are negotiable, that your boundaries are flexible, that you're willing to weaken your message to maintain a relationship. That is how people lose respect, without even realizing it. Think about it. When you say, "This bothers me," and they ignore it. When you say, "I don't tolerate this," and they do it again. When you say, "Here's what I need," and they pretend they didn't hear. You already received your answer. They heard you. They understood you. They just didn't care enough to adjust. Most people don't have communication issues. They have respect issues. This is why the wisest, calmest people rarely repeat themselves. They know that repeating yourself doesn't create clarity. It creates permission for the other person to keep doing whatever they want. Look at powerful people throughout history. They spoke simply, once, and allowed their actions to carry the rest. A general doesn't repeat an order twice. A judge doesn't explain a sentence twice. A parent who commands respect doesn't repeat instructions 10 times, because every repetition lowers authority. Even in everyday life, the same rule applies. If you have to repeat why you won't tolerate disrespect, you're not being heard. If you have to repeat why a boundary matters, you're talking to someone who never valued it. If you have to repeat what you expect, you're dealing with someone who has no intention of giving it. Ruthless truth. People only take seriously what you enforce, not what you repeat. The more you re-explain, the less they respect you. The less they respect you, the more they test you. The more they test you, the more you suffer. Break the cycle. Say it once, mean it fully, act accordingly. If they truly care, they'll adjust. If they don't, your silence will say everything your words don't need to. Silence is a boundary. Walking away is clarity. Distance is the final explanation. And the people who deserve to be in your life will never force you to repeat yourself. Because when you become dangerous, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you move like someone who knows their worth. You don't beg to be understood. You don't negotiate your principles. You don't dilute your message for fragile egos. You explain once. And the rest, they learn from your actions, or they disappear. 4. Not everyone deserves access to you. One of the most liberating truths you will ever learn is this: not everyone deserves access to you. Not your time, not your mind, not your energy, not your presence. Most people give their access away like it's nothing, like it costs them nothing. They entertain anyone, respond to everyone, engage with every opinion, let anyone step into their mental space. But the older you get, the more you realize something dangerous. Access to you is a privilege, not a public service. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet protected his inner world like a fortress. Epictetus taught that freedom begins the moment you stop letting everyone enter your mind. Seneca warned that suffering begins when you let the wrong people too close, because closeness is influence, and influence is power. This is why powerful people move differently. They're not antisocial, they're selective. They don't hate people. They just understand that most people drain, distract, or derail your life without adding anything to it. Here's the truth. Nobody wants to admit people believe they're entitled to your attention, your time, your emotional labor, your explanations, your support, your presence, but you owe them nothing. Good-hearted people fall into the trap of being too available, answering every call, reacting to every message, absorbing every complaint, giving energy to anyone who demands it. And what happens? You become exhausted, overstimulated, unfocused, pulled in 20 directions by people who wouldn't even cross the street for you. Your goals sit unfinished, your discipline weakens, your peace dissolves. Your identity gets buried under the noise of people who never deserved to be that close to you. Stoicism teaches that the mind is a temple, and temples don't leave their doors wide open. You need gates, you need standards, you need filters, because access isn't about kindness, it's about protection. Think about this. You wouldn't let a stranger walk into your home. You wouldn't hand your car keys to someone you barely know. You wouldn't give your bank PIN to whoever asked. So why let people walk into your mind? Why give emotional access to people who haven't earned it? Why give time to people who waste it? Now here's a simple example. Think about someone you know who only calls when they want something. Maybe a friend who only reaches out when they're bored, or a relative who only contacts you when they need money. When you were young, you always answered, always helped, always put your plans aside for them. But eventually you noticed a pattern. When you needed support, they were never there. When you tried to talk about your goals, they brushed it off. When you started growing, they became distant or irritated. That's when you learned this person should have limited access, not unlimited access. Not everyone deserves the front row seat to your life. Some people need balcony seats. Some people only need the hallway. And some people deserve no ticket at all. If someone drains you more than they energize you, restrict access. No drama, no announcement, just less access. Access should be earned through loyalty, consistency, respect, alignment, peace, shared values, and real investment. Not through guilt, history, pressure, or entitlement. When you understand this, everything changes. Your circle shrinks, but its quality rises. Your energy multiplies because it stops leaking. Your focus sharpens. Your peace returns. Your growth accelerates. And here's the final truth. When you limit access to yourself, you automatically increase your value. People take you seriously. They respect your time. They adjust their tone. They put in effort. They recognize that your presence is earned. Being selective isn't arrogance. It's self-preservation. It's wisdom. It's power. Because the moment you stop giving everyone access to you, you finally gain full access to yourself. And that's when your life begins to rise. 5. Don't ignore red flags twice. The truth is simple, but most people learn it too late. Red flags don't hurt you. Ignoring them does. The first time someone shows you a red flag, it's information. The second time, it's a warning. The third time, it's a lesson you forced life to teach you the hard way. Stoicism teaches awareness, the discipline of seeing things as they are, not as you wish they were. Red flags exist to protect you, but too many people turn them into decoration. They justify them. They romanticize them. They explain them away because facing the truth is uncomfortable, but ignoring the truth is far more expensive. A red flag is any behavior that violates your peace, your dignity, or your values. It's disrespect disguised as a joke. It's inconsistency disguised as being busy. It's manipulation disguised as affection. It's selfishness disguised as confidence. It's a pattern disguised as an accident. Everyone sees red flags. Only the wise respond to them. And here's the Stoic truth. A person's first mistake can be forgiven because people are human. But the second time they repeat the same behavior, they're revealing the truth you tried to avoid. Let's make this real. Maybe you've had a friend who constantly cancels on you last minute. The first time you give them the benefit of the doubt. Emergencies happen. The second time you feel something instinctively isn't right. The third time you realize they never valued your time in the first place. They only showed up when it fit their convenience. That wasn't an accident. It was a pattern you ignored. Or maybe it's a relationship. Someone belittles you in private. You brush it off. They flirt with others and call it harmless. You try not to overthink it, but eventually the same behaviors return, only worse. By the time you accept it, you're already emotionally drained. Not because of what they did, but because you ignored what you saw. Red flags don't surprise you. You just didn't want to believe them. Stoics understood that suffering usually comes from neglecting reality. You don't get betrayed by what you see. You get betrayed by what you refuse to see. When a person shows you their character, it's not a glitch. It's the system. It's the operating code they live by. People don't hide who they are for long. Eventually, their real nature leaks through the cracks. That's why the wise don't wait for pain to give clarity. They use clarity to avoid pain. Ignoring a red flag once is human. Ignoring it twice is self-inflicted suffering. Every time you let a red flag slide, you lower your standards. You teach people how to treat you. You give them permission to repeat the same behavior. And the truth is, people rarely rise to the level of your expectations. They fall to the level you tolerate. You don't need to confront every red flag. You don't need dramatic exits. You don't need loud arguments. You just need distance, boundaries, silence, and the courage to say, I saw enough. The moment you stop giving people second chances they didn't earn, your life changes. Your relationships improve. Your energy strengthens. Your judgment sharpens. You stop wasting years on people you should have walked away from after weeks. And here's the final ruthless lesson. Red flags don't disappear. They just become harder to ignore. You either learn early, or life teaches you late. But either way, you will learn. So don't ignore red flags twice. Not if you want peace, wisdom, and a future that isn't built on repeating the same mistakes. 6. People show their true colors in crisis. The moment of truth doesn't arrive gently. It doesn't come with a warning. It comes suddenly, violently, and it strips everything away: comfort, convenience, pretense, and illusion. Most people think they know who they can trust. They think they understand the intentions of friends, family, colleagues, or partners. They believe loyalty is built on past favors, shared experiences, or nice words. But life has a way of revealing what words never can. Stress, pressure, danger, scarcity, betrayal or failure. That is the crucible. That is the moment that exposes real character. When money runs low, when opportunities vanish, when a reputation is at stake, or when comfort is threatened, people reveal their true nature. Some rise, some crumble, some show their loyalty, some show their selfishness. A person's behavior in ordinary circumstances is easy to fake. Politeness, charm, and smiling faces can hide manipulation for months or even years. But in a crisis, masks slip, the weak panic, the selfish strike first, the deceitful take advantage, and the loyal shine silently, not because they want recognition, but because their principles demand it. Think about it. How many times have you been shocked by someone you trusted? Perhaps a colleague who spoke of teamwork and respect, but when the company faced a setback, they cut corners, blamed others, or stole credit. Perhaps a partner who promised fidelity and support, but when life became inconvenient, they abandoned loyalty for comfort. Perhaps a friend who swore they would be there for you, but when you faced failure or illness, they vanished, leaving you to fight alone. None of this is personal surprise. It was always there, hidden under convenience, luck, or good timing. Crisis simply pulls back the curtain. It doesn't create new truths, it reveals them. The Stoics knew this well. Marcus Aurelius faced rebellion, betrayal, and loss, yet he judged not by what people said, but by what they did under pressure. Epictetus wrote that the wise man observes the reactions of others, as one would watch a storm to see which trees fall and which stand firm. True character is never tested in comfort. It is tested in adversity. This is why one of the most dangerous mistakes you can make is ignoring early warnings or assuming behavior in calm times reflects the whole person. People reveal patterns. Patterns reveal truth. Trust the pattern, observe it, accept it. Do not fight reality out of hope, fear, or attachment. Here's a practical example. Imagine you run a small business. One of your employees always seems dependable, punctual, polite, and cooperative. When the company faces a crisis, sales drop and pressure mounts, this same employee starts cutting corners, blaming co-workers, and undermining your leadership. The mask of reliability has fallen away, and now the truth is unavoidable. This person cannot be trusted when it matters. Recognizing this reality early allows you to make decisions before you're personally or professionally damaged. It's not limited to business. It happens in every area of life. Friendships, family, romantic relationships, or social circles. You cannot control others, but you can control how much influence they have over you. The Stoic approach is simple but ruthless. Observe carefully. Don't hope someone's true colors will magically match your expectations. Let their actions in pressure moments define your relationship with them. Distance yourself from those whose principles collapse under stress. Align yourself with those whose character remains steady, regardless of circumstances. Ignoring this lesson is dangerous. You either learn from crisis as a teacher, or from pain as a master. The wise do not wait to be blindsided. They watch, they analyze, and they act before it's too late. Ultimately, the lesson is this: people show their true colors in crisis, and nothing else matters. Words are illusions, intentions are hidden, but actions under pressure are the undeniable truth. When you finally internalize this, you stop wasting time on people whose loyalty is conditional, whose morality is convenient, and whose principles crumble under stress. You stop being surprised, you stop being manipulated, you stop investing in illusions, you become strategically ruthless. You align with reliability. You protect your peace, your energy, and your future, and you become dangerous, not by harming others, but by refusing to let others harm, manipulate, or waste you. Crisis doesn't create people, it exposes them. The smart see it coming, the wise learn from it, and the dangerously intelligent act accordingly. 7. Your reputation is a shield. Few things in life are as powerful or as fragile as reputation. It is invisible, yet it travels faster than you do. It is silent, yet it speaks before you ever open your mouth. And it is far more effective than words, persuasion, or anger in shaping how people treat you. The Stoics understood reputation as a form of armor. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca all emphasized the importance of character, not for vanity, but for survival and influence. In a world where you cannot control others, your reputation becomes a shield. It allows you to navigate social, professional, and personal spaces with a level of freedom and safety that would otherwise be impossible. Consider the reality. People rarely judge you by who you are. They judge you by what they hear, what they see, and what others say about you. Even the truth, your intentions, your efforts, your sacrifices, often matters far less than perception. And that is why cultivating a strong reputation is not about ego. It is about strategy. It is about protecting yourself, creating leverage, and avoiding unnecessary harm. Neglecting your reputation is dangerous. It is like leaving the front door to your home wide open in a city full of opportunists. People will take liberties with your name, your time, your trust, and your resources. Once damaged, a reputation can take years to repair, if it can ever be repaired at all. Let's make this practical. Imagine a professional setting. You are known as dependable, competent, and principled. People approach you with respect. They think twice before crossing boundaries or attempting to manipulate you. You don't need to threaten them, explain yourself, or assert authority aggressively. Your reputation does that work. Conversely, if you are known as inconsistent, reactive, or careless, people test limits, undermine you, and disregard your authority, even if your competence is unquestionable. Reputation is also a lens through which your actions are interpreted. When you act with integrity, consistency, and discipline, people assume you will continue to do so. When you fail to protect your reputation, even minor mistakes are amplified, distorted, and held against you. This is not a matter of fairness, it is reality. Human perception is selective, and those who navigate it wisely understand how critical their image is in every interaction. History is full of examples. Leaders, generals, entrepreneurs, and philosophers all depended on the strength of their reputations. Caesar's reputation for decisiveness kept rivals cautious. Seneca's reputation for wisdom commanded respect in the Roman court. Even in modern life, people like Warren Buffett are as influential because of their consistent reputation for integrity and prudence as for their financial acumen. Building a strong reputation requires intentionality and self-discipline. It requires showing up consistently, honoring commitments, speaking with integrity, and maintaining composure in every circumstance, especially under pressure. It requires avoiding petty drama, public arguments, and behaviors that leave you exposed to gossip or misinterpretation. Protecting your reputation is not about seeking approval. It is about maintaining leverage and safeguarding your life from unnecessary conflict. It is about creating a buffer that allows you to act decisively and without hesitation. A strong reputation discourages manipulation, commands respect, and enables opportunities that would otherwise be closed. Here is a harsh truth many ignore. Reputation is fragile, but once lost, it is often irreversible. A single reckless act, a careless word, or a lapse in discipline can undo years of effort. That is why the dangerously intelligent are meticulous. They understand that a solid reputation is earned over time, but can be destroyed in moments. They guard it as they would a priceless asset, because, in the social and professional arenas of life, it is priceless. Your reputation also acts as a filter. People who are not aligned with your values will reveal themselves quickly when your integrity and discipline set the standard. Those who respect it will gravitate toward you, while opportunists and manipulators are naturally repelled. This selective effect preserves your energy, your time, and your peace, leaving room only for those who enhance your life rather than drain it. The Stoics teach that your internal character is the source of your external reputation. It is not about appearances or manipulation. You do not cultivate reputation to deceive. You cultivate it to reflect your discipline, wisdom, and values. When these internal qualities align with perception, you become both untouchable and respected. Ultimately, your reputation is one of the most effective tools in your arsenal. It is a shield that protects your time, energy, and influence. It is a lens that shapes interactions before you even speak. It is a weapon in negotiation, a safeguard in conflict, and a magnet for opportunity. If you fail to recognize this, life will force you to. Your reputation will be shaped by others, often unfairly, and you will spend years trying to repair what could have been preserved with foresight. Guard your reputation, build it meticulously, protect it relentlessly. Use it wisely. When you do, you are not just surviving the world, you are navigating it with the kind of precision, respect, and freedom that most people will never understand. Your reputation is not vanity. It is survival. It is influence. It is power. And when cultivated properly, it becomes one of the most dangerous tools you possess. 8. Value your time as your hardest currency. Time is the one resource no one can steal and no one can replace. Money can be earned, reputation can be rebuilt, influence can be regained, but time, once a moment is gone, it's gone forever. Every second that slips through your fingers is a piece of life you will never see again. And most people spend it recklessly, giving it to anyone and anything that demands attention. The Stoics understood this principle better than most. Seneca, one of the greatest minds of ancient Rome, warned that life is long if used wisely, but most people live as if they are immortal. They waste hours in pointless debates, endless scrolling, meaningless social obligations, and draining relationships. They hand over their most precious asset like it's infinite, only to wonder later where their life went. Valuing your time is not arrogance, it is intelligence. It is the first act of self-respect. It is the foundation of freedom, growth, and peace. Think about it. Every human has the same 24 hours each day. Some spend them wandering in distractions, scrolling endlessly, gossiping, reacting to trivial matters, or appeasing people who don't deserve it. Others use their time to build skills, focus on meaningful relationships, create value, and master themselves. The difference is not luck, it is ruthlessness with one's priorities. Time is a currency, and like any currency, it has value. Every hour you spend on someone who doesn't deserve it is a withdrawal from your future. Every hour you invest in trivialities is a loss of potential. Every second wasted is an opportunity lost to learn, grow, or advance. And life will not wait for you to realize this, before it takes it back. Here's a real example. Imagine two employees with the same talent and opportunity. One spends his hours complaining, scrolling social media, and attending unnecessary meetings. The other spends the same hours mastering skills, reading, and strategically networking. In 5 years, the difference isn't effort, it's ruthless management of time. One is stagnating, the other is unstoppable. Time determines outcomes more than any skill, connection, or luck. The same principle applies to personal life. Friends who demand constant attention but give nothing in return. Family members who drain energy with constant drama. Romantic partners who waste your emotional bandwidth. Every minute spent with these people is a cost. You cannot reclaim it. You cannot negotiate with it. You cannot earn it back. The Stoic approach is simple but ruthless. Treat time as your most valuable asset. Guard it with discipline. Spend it deliberately. Say no more than you say yes. Protect your focus like a fortress. Remove distractions. Reduce unnecessary obligations. And stop giving energy to people who have not earned it. Being busy is not a badge of honor. Being distracted is not a virtue. Mastering your time is power. It gives you the ability to build, to grow, and to live a life few will ever achieve. When you respect time, others respect it too. When you waste time, you teach others that your attention is cheap, and they will treat it accordingly. History is full of examples of time wisely used. Marcus Aurelius spent his days reflecting, writing, and governing an empire, never letting trivialities distract him from purpose. Benjamin Franklin mapped every hour of his day to mastery, learning, and self-improvement. Warren Buffett surrounds himself with few people and spends time only on decisions that matter. Their success is not talent alone. It is the ruthless valuation of every single hour. Every time you allow someone to steal your time without consequence, you are teaching them to do it again. Every time you say yes to distractions, you are saying no to your own life. Every moment you fail to protect your time is a moment surrendered to mediocrity. The dangerously intelligent understand that time is harder than money, sharper than a sword, and more unforgiving than failure. Treat it as sacred, protect it as your shield, spend it as your most potent weapon, because your time is not just currency, it is your life. And life is the only thing you will never get back. Guard it, invest it, command it. 9. Emotions are tools, not masters. Most people live as if their emotions control them. They are slaves to anger, fear, desire, and envy, reacting reflexively rather than deliberately. A harsh word makes them lash out. A minor setback makes them despair. A fleeting desire makes them chase what is meaningless. And as a result, their lives are chaotic, reactive, and short-sighted. The Stoics understood this clearly. Emotions are not enemies but indicators. They are tools for understanding reality, signals that something in your environment deserves attention, reflection, or caution. But they are not instructions to act impulsively. Allowing emotions to dominate behavior is the quickest path to failure, regret, and misery. Anger, for example, is natural. It signals injustice. But if it dictates action, it destroys relationships, reputations, and opportunities. Reacting in rage can undo years of work in seconds. It provokes conflict rather than resolving it. It is the weapon of fools, not the strategy of the wise. The intelligent observe anger, analyze it, and decide whether action is necessary, but never act blindly under its influence. Fear, too, is a warning system. It signals danger, risk, or uncertainty. But when fear dominates, it paralyzes potential. Most people let fear decide where they go, what they attempt, and who they trust. The Stoics would argue that the measure of courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. Fear should inform your decisions, not dictate them. The dangerously intelligent feel fear, but do not yield to it. They let it guide, not control, their actions. Desire and pleasure are no different. Humans are wired to seek comfort, validation, and enjoyment. But chasing every whim, every craving, every fleeting impulse is a form of enslavement. Desire, uncontrolled, leads to overindulgence, distraction, and dependency. The Stoics taught moderation and discipline. Pursue what is valuable, endure what is necessary, and ignore what is trivial. Even sadness, disappointment, or grief must be observed without submission. Life will inflict loss, betrayal, and hardship. Those who surrender to despair allow their emotions to define their identity. The wise acknowledge the pain, process it, and move forward strategically. They let emotion teach, not control. Here's a practical example. Imagine a business partner undermines your project, publicly challenges your competence, or spreads rumors. Most people respond with immediate anger, sending heated messages, retaliating, or confronting without strategy. The result is escalation, exposure, and personal regret. The dangerously intelligent, however, recognize the emotional signal, irritation, or betrayal, but choose deliberate action. They may pause, gather evidence, protect their position, or respond calmly. Emotion guides, but rationality commands. The dangerously intelligent understand that emotions, when mastered, become a source of power. They alert you to injustice, motivate disciplined action, and highlight values that matter. But they never become the driver of your decisions. Acting from unchecked emotion is the hallmark of weakness. Acting with awareness of emotion is the hallmark of strategic mastery. Even in personal relationships, this principle is crucial. A partner insults you. A friend betrays you. A colleague undermines you. The unwise lash out. The disciplined respond with observation, clarity, and measured action. They do not let anger, hurt, or jealousy rule their behavior. They use emotions as information, not ammunition. The Stoics would argue that emotional mastery is central to freedom. When you control your emotions, they no longer control you. You stop being reactive. You stop being manipulated. You stop sacrificing long-term objectives for short-term feelings. And most importantly, you stop giving power to anyone else over your inner world. History offers countless examples. Marcus Aurelius faced rebellion, betrayal, and loss, yet maintained composure and clarity in his decisions. Seneca endured exile, public scrutiny, and political danger, yet acted strategically, never impulsively. Modern figures like Warren Buffett or Angela Merkel exercise similar mastery, allowing emotion to inform, but never control, their judgment. The modern world tests this constantly. Instant notifications, constant social pressure, and endless provocation are designed to trigger emotion. The unwise react immediately, losing control of their time, energy, and influence. The dangerously intelligent step back, process, and act deliberately. Here is the ultimate Stoic truth. Emotion is a signal, not a sentence. It is an arrow pointing to a truth, a value, or a danger, not a command to act. If you can observe emotion without succumbing to it, you gain clarity, power, and freedom. The moment you stop letting emotion drive your life, You stop being a victim of circumstance. You stop being manipulated by others. You stop chasing fleeting pleasure and avoiding necessary discomfort. You act with strategy, discipline, and foresight. You turn what is usually the greatest vulnerability of humans into their greatest weapon. Master your emotions, and you master yourself. Fail, and you live as a puppet to every insult, disappointment, and desire. The dangerously intelligent understand this. Emotions are tools, not masters. They inform, they guide, they warn, but they never decide. And that is why the wise move through life, untouchable, unshakable, and unstoppable. 10. Focus on what you can control. Most people live their lives at the mercy of external forces. They complain about situations they cannot change, obsess over opinions they cannot influence, and waste energy reacting to events beyond their reach. They become slaves to circumstance, giving power to the unpredictable, the careless, and the cruel. And in the process, they surrender control over their own lives. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the necessity of focusing only on what is within your power, your thoughts, your actions, and your choices. Everything else, the opinions of others, the outcome of events, the chaos of the world, is indifferent. Caring excessively about what you cannot control is not virtue. It is suffering. It is weakness. It is a voluntary surrender of your inner freedom. Focusing on what you can control is not passivity. It is strategic action. It is energy management at the highest level. Every moment you spend worrying about what is beyond your reach is a moment wasted, time and energy that could have been used to shape yourself, to improve your skills, to make deliberate progress toward your goals. Consider real-life examples. An entrepreneur cannot control market crashes or consumer whims, but they can control the quality of their work, their discipline, and their strategy. By focusing on these variables, they survive when others panic, and they thrive when others are reactive. A student cannot control whether a teacher is fair or the difficulty of the test, but they can control preparation, study habits, and mental readiness. Focusing on these areas ensures results, regardless of external fairness. In relationships, you cannot control other people's behavior or intentions, but you can control your response, your boundaries, and your values. By focusing on yourself, you avoid unnecessary heartbreak, manipulation, and regret. Ignoring this principle is dangerous. Most people invest their energy in complaining, blaming, or trying to manipulate what is uncontrollable. They give away their mental freedom to gossip, politics, social media, and the opinions of others. They become reactive, emotional, and unstrategic, constantly chasing outcomes that will never align perfectly with their desires. The dangerously intelligent, however, act differently. They ruthlessly identify what is within their sphere of influence and pour their energy into that. They do not waste time arguing with fate, hoping people will change, or expecting life to bend to their wishes. They focus on mastery, discipline, preparation, and action, the elements they can truly control. History teaches this clearly. Abraham Lincoln could not control the outbreak of the Civil War, yet he controlled his decisions, leadership, and policies, shaping the outcome as best he could. Epictetus could not control Roman politics, wealth, or status, but he controlled his philosophy, teaching, and moral framework, leaving a legacy that outlived empires. Modern figures like Elon Musk or Angela Merkel focus intensely on areas they can influence, ignoring noise and distraction, channeling energy. where it matters most. This principle also protects your peace. By refusing to waste energy on the uncontrollable, you avoid frustration, resentment, and emotional instability. You act deliberately rather than reactively. You conserve energy for what matters. And most importantly, you reclaim power over your own mind, the only power that truly matters. The Stoic strategy is simple but ruthless. Identify what is within your control. Invest your energy there exclusively. Observe, adapt, and adjust based on your actions, not outcomes. Accept what is beyond your influence with calm indifference. Mastering this principle transforms life. You stop chasing illusions. You stop reacting to chaos. You stop giving power to people, events, or circumstances that are irrelevant to your growth and peace. You act strategically, live deliberately, and thrive in a world most people are too reactive to navigate successfully. Focus on what you can control, and you gain freedom. Focus on what you cannot, and you surrender it. The choice is simple, the consequences are permanent. Control yourself, and you control everything that truly matters. Life does not wait for anyone. Every moment spent reacting, complaining, or surrendering your power is a moment lost forever. The lessons you've absorbed here, mastering emotions, protecting your time, focusing on what you can control, valuing reputation, and observing people's true colors, are not theoretical. They are survival tools, strategies for becoming dangerously intelligent in a world designed to keep the unprepared weak and distracted. Remember, wisdom is ruthless. It does not coddle illusions. It strips away excuses, illusions, and false comforts. It forces you to see reality as it is and act accordingly. If you take even a fraction of these lessons seriously, you will begin to navigate life differently. You will stop giving power to those who do not deserve it. You will stop wasting energy on the trivial. You will begin to move with clarity, precision, and deliberate strength. The choice is yours. Continue being reactive or start mastering yourself, your mind, and your life.